What up everyone, how you guys doing? Thank you for clicking on my video today. On this video, we're going to discuss 4 financial goals to achieve in your 20s. On this channel, I create tech videos, personal finance videos, and personal development videos. So hit the subscribe button if you're interested and click on the bell icon so you can get notified when I release videos. And let's begin. Full disclaimer, I see people do this, so I just gotta do it. I'm not a professional or financial advisor. These are my own opinions and what I think anyone in the 20s should do, what I would do myself. If you need professional help, reach out to a financial advisor. The first one is living within your means. What is means? Means is your income or what you have. So it's not about what you're gonna have, it's about what you have currently. So don't live above your means. There's so much temptations of things to buy, like new phones or new clothes or new shoes. So there's so many things that are gonna tempt us to live outside our means. We gotta make sure that we're living within our means. That's the foundation of everything. No matter how much you earn, you have to have some money left at the end of every month. The benefit is it's gonna help you with every other thing, in saving, investing, making purchases, and just planning. And one way to live within your means is you have to calculate how much you're earning every month, and you calculate all your expenses: for rent, food, phone bill, internet bill, any monthly subscriptions like Netflix. You gotta put everything together so you can know how much your expenses. When you have the total, then you just subtract it and make sure that the money you're earning is greater than the money you're spending, and you follow that strict throughout the month. That's how you live within your means. If you see your expenses are more than your income, then you have to look at how you can cut down some expenses. Maybe reducing some subscriptions that you don't need every month. Maybe you can Netflix, you can cut it out, or maybe you can share with a friend, split the cost. You can just look through some things that you can cut out, but your expenses has to be less than your income. That's how you can live within your means and have extra so you can do savings and investing. The second point is get your credit in order. I guess when you start getting older, you gotta realize the importance of your credit. We don't learn all these things in school. They don't tell us how to have your credit in order. We just learn along the way. Having your credit in order is important. You should know your credit score. That's the way lenders would know how credit worthy you are. So you should know your credit history, because most times when people are in their 30s and maybe 40s, when you're planning on buying a house, then they just pull out their credit. Then now that credit at that time is going to affect them because they'll be cautious about it. So not just a house. If you want to get a loan to do a business, you need your credit. You want to rent a house, they're asking for your credit. One way is to be proactive. Make sure your credit is good. So you can order your credit. Every year you are free to call and get a free credit report. But you can upgrade on that and add extra $10 so you can get a score. You want the full history so you can go through everything and see the things that you may have defaulted on, try to correct them. If you have a payment that you're meant to pay, make sure you do that so you can upgrade your credit. One big one that affects many people's credit is phone bill. That's the easiest to affect your credit. If you don't pay 1 month, they send information to credit bureaus. Everyone's goal should have their credit at least at 700. 700 is not too hard if you just make sure you make your payments on time and don't let anyone send your information to credit bureau. I'm going to link a video in the description of one guy that explains how to increase your credit if your credit is not that good. So if you have a good credit now, that's amazing. You're doing a great job. Let's jump to the third one. The third one is knowing the difference between assets and liabilities. This is a bit confusing because sometimes some people don't know. Me, definitely, I didn't know the difference between asset and liabilities to a large extent until my early 20s, because some things you might think is assets are actually liabilities. Example, like your car. Sometimes most cars are liabilities for people, except if you're doing Uber or taxi or car rental, where your car brings money to you. So the main difference between both is assets bringing money to you, liabilities take money away from you. You have to try to buy more assets and less liabilities. An example of an asset is if you buy a house and you're renting it out and people are paying rent, and that rent covers the mortgage, and you can have extra, maybe $100 or $200. That's an asset because it's bringing money to you. A liability, like a car, you make your car payment, you make your insurance payment, buy gas. That's a liability because it's taking money away from you, and you can explain that you need a car for your job, move around and stuff. Yeah, but that's a liability. You should always know liabilities and assets. Example, shoes. Some people buy shoes and keep it for years, and after a while sell it and earn a lot of money. That could be an asset to them. But most people like us, we just buy shoes, and that's a liability because it just goes. The goal is to buy more assets and buy less liabilities, or make sure the assets that you're getting, the income from those are enough to cover your liabilities. A resource I'm going to point you to, it's a book called Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. That book is very good. It goes into details on explaining assets and liabilities and real estate. Some people now say that the book is over exaggerating stuff, but it's just making the points clear. I'll leave the link to an Amazon book in the description. The first financial goal you should aim to have in your 20s is start paying off debt. We have to have a plan to pay off this debt, because if not, it's just gonna end up coming to haunt us in the future. There's good debt and bad debt. Good debt example is a mortgage, student loan. So those are considered good good debts. There's a bunch of good debts. Maybe if you're getting into a business that you know is going to be successful or that's successful, that could be a good debt. A bad debt is a debt that you're just taking to just make expenses, to just live or just enjoy yourself. An example is people that go clubbing. Like if you go partying is good, but if you're spending on a credit card, know that you have to pay that credit card back. I don't think it's worth it. You're having a good time getting like a boot, spending like $300, $400, $500 a night on credit. That's living above your means. You should always know a good debt and bad debt. So good debts are good, encourage. Bad debts are bad. That's as much as possible. Have plans on starting to pay off these debts. Like most people after university or 4 years, they have loans between like 20k to like 60k. That's a lot of money. Some people go actively paying it off right after college. Some people go paying it off slowly, like every month within like 8 years, 9 years. You should have a plan to pay it off because at some point that might hinder you in future. These are my 4 tips. Since you stuck to the end, I'm gonna give you my bonus tip. Bonus is you are on your own. You're on your own in this your financial journey. You have to take responsibility on everything in terms of like debt, even within your means. There's no excuse. Like someone made me spend this money or someone made this, or even credit. People will be like, oh, my ex-girlfriend spoiled my credit. That's all excuse. You're responsible for your credit score. You're responsible for your credit history. People try to hope and pray and say like the government should come in, like liberal government or Democrats or Republican. The government won't help you with your financial goals, irrespective of which government is in power. Some of them will be better than some in affecting you, but you have to be responsible of living within your means, making sure your credit score is good, knowing the difference between assets and liabilities, and buying assets. It's a lot of work and making sure you're disciplined on how you spend the money, but it's worth it at the end because you don't want to be held down by ignorance, right? Because we're getting wiser, we're getting smarter. The society wants you to be spending a lot of your money. The society wants you to spend all the money you earn. Society wants you to just be working, spending. That's how the society was built. Realizing that there's no benefit. You can't just be living and spending all your money for years, for like 30, 40 years, and you retire. It doesn't make sense. You're your own. You have to take control of everything, of your finances, of your life, of your relationships, of your love life, of your relationship with God. You gotta take control over everything. Thank you for listening. I really appreciate it listening all the way to the end. Please hit that subscribe button if you enjoyed this video and you want to see more videos. Leave a comment in the comment section for some things I missed out, because 4 things can't be the only goals that you should have. You should have multiple goals. Thank you for watching. Have a blessed day. Take care of yourself. Peace.